Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sumavia Hassan. My roll number is PP165217, photograph morning, group number 16. Assignment title, main topic is peripheral vascular diseases. My topic is Reynolds phenomena. Now first discuss peripheral vascular diseases. It is a blood circulation disorder that causes the blood vessels outside of your heart and brain to narrow, block, or spasm. This can happen in arteries or veins. It typically causes pain and fatigue, often in legs, and especially during exercises. Most common cause is atherosclerosis, the buildup of plaque inside the artery wall. Plaque reduces amount of blood flow to limbs and also decreases oxygen and nutrients available to the tissue. Six plaques are pallor, pain, paralysis, paresthesia, pulselessness, poikilothermia. Reynolds phenomena introduction. It is an exaggerated vasospastic response to cold or emotion. The digits initially turn white, indicating ischemia, then blue, signaling deoxygenation, finally appear red when reperfusion occurs. It is usually limited to skin of hands and fingers and feet. Between attacks, the digits may appear cool, moist, or normal. Diagnosis. You can see here normal circulation, the hand appears normal, but in Reynolds phenomena, due to lack of blood flow, it turns white. Due to lack of oxygen, it becomes blue. Due to return of blood flow, it becomes red. Vasospastic attacks caused by cold or emotional stress. Symmetric attacks involving both hands. No evidence of digital ulceration, pitting, or ganglion. Normal nail fold capillaries and negative anti-nuclear test are normal sedimentation rate. Epidemiology. Reynolds phenomena is associated with connective tissue disorder, occupational related exposure to vibratory machinery. For example, drills, grinders, chainsaws cause neural damage. Vinyl chloride, hand trauma, individuals with serum nuclear antibodies and thickened fingers, patients who take medications such as beta adrenergic blockers, ergots, cytotoxic drugs, and interferons. Pathophysiology. Cold-induced vasospastic attacks in patients that cause vasoconstriction of digital arteries, increase alpha adrenoreceptors. Serotonin agonists cause decreased finger blood flow, leads to waxy pallor of one or more fingers. Hemoglobin desaturation causes the digits having cyanotic appearance. Fingers become white, yellow, patchy, atrophy of skin occurs, irregular nail growth, and wasting of tissue pairs. Case study. A 39-year-old man presents with a 4-day history of left hand pain. He notes that the third digit of his left hand is called numb and cyanotic in distal area. He has used acetaminophen and warm water soaks without any success. He is a construction worker. He has a history of gastroesophageal reflux disease, has no allergies. His social history is significant for smoking 1.5 packs of cigarette a day for 19 years. On physical exam, his extremities reveal appropriate sensation of forearm and hand. Some blue areas are noted on distal portions on third phalanx with no other signs and symptoms. When his opposite hand was placed in cold water, several white splotches appeared and he experienced tingling in his hand. Is he present with primary or secondary Reynolds phenomena? Soap note. Subject: 39 years old male, 4 days history of left hand pain, cold and blue digits at distal areas, history of gastroesophageal reflux disease, and smoking for 19 years. He has taken acetaminophen and applied warm water soaks. यानी कि उसने acetaminophen भी ले ली है for relief और उसने warm water soaks भी किए हैं लेकिन उसको कोई relief नहीं मिला. Objective में ये है कि his clinical presentation is classic for Reynolds phenomena with the vasospasm and pallor and cyanotic overtone. Assessment. The diagnosis is confirmed by cold water test indicating that the vasospastic attack is precipitated by cold exposure because of its association with connective tissue disorder. Other lab tests such as anti-nuclear antibody and sedimentation rate should also be assessed. Now this plan. Non-pharmacological management, he's advised to avoid cold stimulus by protect his hands and fingers by using mittens and insulated wrappers when handling cold drinks. He should layering his clothing when working outside in cold weather. Avoid medication that worsen this by inducing vasoconstriction. For example, sympathomimetics, clonidine, serotonin receptor agonists, and ERCOT preparations. He is also encouraged to stop smoking as early as possible. Pharmacological therapy. He is recommended calcium channel blocker as it decreases calcium ion influx and prevents smooth muscle contraction. Potent peripheral vasodilation, calcium channel blocker is nifedipine given the dose of 30 to 120 milligram extended release preparation per oral once daily take on empty stomach. Other medications include IV prostanoids, iloprost, and L-prostadil, which enhance nitric oxide mediated vasodilation, endothelin agonists such as bosanton. Nitroglycerin ointment 0.00 to 5% to hands of patient, and transdermal nitroglycerin patches are also recommended. निम्नलिखित interactions, drug interactions में आता है aspirin, duloxetine, furosemide, vitamin B12, vitamin C, vitamin D2 and D3. Disease interactions में आपके पास है aortic stenosis, CHF, liver disease, hypertension and renal dysfunction. यानी जिन पेशेंट्स को ये डिजीज होंगी, लिवर हेपेटिक डिजीज है, किसी को किडनी प्रॉब्लम है, किसी को कार्डियोवास्कुलर डिजीज है, तो उसके साथ ये ड्रग इंटरेक्शन होगी और एडवर्स इफेक्ट्स मजीद बढ़ सकते हैं. So this is not. Patients should be warned of potential side effects of nifedipine therapy, especially dizziness associated with hypertension, and should return in 2 weeks of assessment. 30 milligram daily dose of nifedipine is a reasonable starting dose. He should be instructed to keep a diary documenting the number of attacks and details surrounding each attack, such as time course and precipitating factors. Patient should be aware that the symptoms of gastroesophageal reflux could be worsened with nifedipine therapy. He is also advised to get rid of smoking and keep a regular checkup to doctor. Now, thank you.